What is going on, gamers? I'm going to start off by saying I don't make this kind of content. I don't make this kind of content for a very specific reason. I'm not a controversial person. I see an argument or a fight, I go the other way. This is not my kind of thing. But with that being said, I've had this demon in my brain for the past couple days since this all happened. And I want to come clear on a few of my notes and research and things that I've done because I need to get this off my chest, dude. I have to get it out there in the world. So, with that being said, uh, let's get into it. So, something you have to understand. First of all, if you click this video and don't know why, there was a contest, right? For Enshrouded build competition. And the first thing you need to know before any of this goes any further is that almost all, if not all, content you see on the internet is fake. This right now, this is not fake. This is just me talking to you guys, telling you my breakdown of everything that happened, all the, rumors, etc., that have went around about stuff, and we're gonna hammer it all out here. So don't believe everything you see on the internet, okay? With those things in mind, I wanted to give Jans a huge shout out for translating my watch party, because if it wasn't for him, there would be a couple thousand people that would have absolutely no idea what Rubius said. So huge shout out to Jans for translating all that stuff for us. Okay, so we're going to start off here. Okay, we've got 3 parties involved in this tournament. Okay, in the championship per se. Number 1, we've got Rubius. Rubius is a huge content creator, 40 million YouTube subscribers, 20 million Twitch followers, huge following just about everywhere. He's been doing this for a very long time, and he's very good at what he does. With that being said, Rubius has a marketing firm known as Kyber. I think they're just known as Kyber. I believe Kyber Plays is a subsidiary of Kyber. But for this instance, in this situation, Kyber Plays are the people that are in charge of this whole entire project. Now, the way that I see that this went down initially is Keen has a new game that's just been released. It has an awesome building system. So they're maybe looking around for someone to sponsor a sort of build competition. Okay. Number 1. Number 2, Kyber Plays, Rubius's marketing firm, is looking for something for Rubius to, market, to grow his following, to increase his wealth, etc. That's their job. So this guy's looking for somebody. This guy's looking for somebody. What do? They run into each other and they're like, hey, we've got a build competition that we would like to put together. Do you have any content creators for us? Because I'm assuming they're not just supporting Rubius. It's probably an assortment of content creators. But they're like, yeah, hey, we've got Rubius, blah, blah, blah. He's done this and that and the other thing. And so they hit it off. Cool. Awesome. Rubius gets Enshrouded, launches the game, plays it for 5 hours, never touches it again until the competition, essentially. So that's all fine and dandy, whatever. But anyway, you guys got to think about this from a business side of a standpoint before you get extremely upset with Keen for anything in the situation. So I will be defending Keen quite a bit in this because they deserve to be, because their name's kind of been dragged through the ground on this a lot, and it has nothing to do with them. Absolutely nothing. So, timeline right here. Okay. Contest announcement, March 1st, right here in the Discord. This is where I got notified. Due to overwhelming popularity of our build system, King Games has decided to partner up with famous creator El Rubius to host our very first Enshrouded build contest. A lot of people stoked about that. Super cool. Me, my content, we're already building. We're like 20 days into this mega build already. And, I've built mega builds for forever. Grounded, Sunken Land, Front, Rust, this, that, the other thing, hundreds of games. This is nothing new to me. I was doing it already anyway. So I was like, sweet, a competition. You know, I can't compete in an FPS game, so why not compete in my field? That's super cool. So contest announcement, right? Everybody gets excited, everybody gets stoked. Somewhere in the middle here, you will notice that there are actually two separate completion dates. Completion date that really mattered was the one on the official rule set. Okay. On the official rules, it says right here, March 1st to March 7th. Submissions will be completed on March 7th at 8 p.m. But on the Enshrouded newsletter, unfortunately, it says March 7th there as well, but it said March 8th here. This stirred up a bunch of controversy. People are all upset. But this luckily got squished to a point, right? So that was issue number one. Okay. Issue number two is we didn't have a whole lot of information about anything, right? All they said was creativity, fun factor. Here it is right here. Originality of creation, 1 to 5 points. Fun factor, 1 to 5 points. Visual quality, 1 to 5 points. Now, I know a lot of you guys are saying that stuff doesn't matter, but I'm going to tell you why it does here in just a second. And it's going to blow your mind if you didn't catch it on the live stream. But this is their grading scale. Okay. They have an actual panel of, undedicated judges that picked all these builds before that stream even happened. And I'm going to prove it to you here in just a second. But entries were essentially done on the 7th at 2 p.m. my time. It could be anything different than yours, but this is just my time. No more entries allowed. So what do? They start, essentially, if you think about it here on, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, whatever. This is a big part of this thing that I almost skipped over here. So in this time frame, right? Twitter entries. What the heck is going on here? Twitter entries are happening in this whole time frame right here. Okay. A lot of people are upset. There's no way that they were able to go through all 400 entries in this allotted amount of time, which would be essentially this time here, between the time frame of no more entries and stream start. But what you guys keep failing to realize, the ones that are complaining about this, is, me personally, my entry was in here on the 3rd. I uploaded my original entry on the 3rd, along with 50 other people. So we had this thing going where 10 entries are already in. Okay. Judges are taking a look at them already. By the end of this day, they've looked already at those 10 entries. That's cool. They've taken out some that they know aren't going to make it. They put in some that are contenders for more. The next day, 20 more people enter. Okay. Next day, another 20 more, because a lot of people waited till the last freaking minute. So they put the entries in, and here's another 50 more that happened somewhere along the line in here. DeLindsay had mentioned that he had posted his situation in the Discord or on Twitter, and it wasn't getting views. So he moved forward with a initiative and which shout out to Lindsay for this, because he probably got a lot of eyes on people's builds that wouldn't have got there. So at this point, they added a Discord channel where you could take your Twitter link and put it in the Discord channel, but they didn't really have a way to tell everybody that was already participating. So there might have been some people that missed that, which kind of sucks. But they did do a shout out in the Discord about that very specific thing. Make sure you copy your Twitter post it in the Discord. In the event that your Twitter post is not getting views. I guess that's a problem with new Twitter accounts or whatever. But either way, we make it to the 7th before 2 p.m. and there's freaking 250 people. Boom, right at the last minute. Okay. So with that being said, we now have probably all of these have been graded at this point. They've been looked at. They've been shuffled into piles. This is good. This is better. This is best, etc. And it's a process of elimination at this point, because unfortunately they can't pick 300 winners. They can only pick 25. So if you use common sense brain, that leaves, 350 people to be eliminated or whatever. So they got, not everybody's a winner in this situation. So, and I'm not just saying this because I was a winner. I want to clarify that this was all shit that I had ran through my brain before this contest was even concluded. So just to get that out of there. So right here, no more entries. Okay. So now they've got, essentially they've already looked at these, and this is all speculation, by the way, but I'm pretty sure this is exactly how this all went. So now they've got 250 to run through in a matter of 2 days, right? We'll say a day and a half. Okay. That's what, 36 hours split between probably 20 people, maybe 10 at the least, I would assume. 50% of the people uploaded pictures. 50% of the people uploaded 2-minute videos. Okay. All right. So even one person, if they were a judge, would have been able to make it through this. So many people. There's no way they made it through all those posts. There's no way they watched all those videos. There's no way they made a decision in that short amount of time. This was an entire day and a half. Okay. They're 2-minute videos. How many 2-minute videos can you watch in an hour? 30, right? You split that up, even to 2 people. That's extremely possible. So, am I going to disagree that there was some works of art in there that should have been in the contest? Absolutely. Were there a couple in the 25 that shouldn't even have been there? Yeah. But, I'm not going to point fingers and call out names, etc., like that. But here's the part where it gets a little sketch. Okay. Not really sketch, but you start to see that initial thing that I had mentioned, right? All content on the internet is fake. It's all scripted. It's all fake for the majority part. I don't do any scripty crap, but that's beside the point. There's a lot of times that I'm extremely excited or I'm super hyper, and I don't feel like that like normally, you know what I mean? But you just can't believe everything you see on the internet. So stream starts 12:10 p.m. my time. I fire up my stream, watch party, a lot of people in there hanging out watching, and we got Jan's translating everything for us. He started out the stream with a freaking hour of cat pictures and crap, and everybody's just getting frustrated because we're like, hello, we're here for a contest. Let's go. What the hell? But he's obviously doing his own thing. He's hyping up his chat. He's making people laugh and just trying to get his view count up, which is totally understandable. That's all part of business, right? So I'm not upset about that at all. Now, little did we know, 5:10, he announced the winners. Okay. Right about in this area, about 4:30, he's tabbing through his screens, and we see this. Halfway through the competition, before the winners are even announced, there's already first place, second place, and I'm assuming third place has already been picked. Now, with that being said, don't get frustrated like it's some sort of predetermined bullshit. But exactly what it is all the judges picked all the winners just like they were meant to. The judges came to Rubius and said, here's your list. Here's the 25 people. This is the 12 that will be nominated. This is first place. This is second place. This is third place. And Rubius says, okay, perfect. I'll put on my acting pants. I'll be super excited about this build. I'll be super excited about this build. I'll pretend to be excited about this one, but not like it very much, etc., etc. I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. So more or less the list was already created, already judged with the 1 through 5 scale, I'm assuming, already better, best, bester, bestest in different piles. The 25 were picked legitimately. Okay. Like I did say, I personally think there was a lot of builds that should have been in there. I am not even a real firm believer that mine should have been in there. I did work very hard on it. I put way too much time into it. Yeah. But, other people are a lot more artistically creative than I am. For instance, the winner, beautiful, beautiful dragon palace with some awesome sculptures, just a knock out of the freaking park. But as I predicted, that person that won got a shit ton of hate for winning, and that's stupid. Come on, guys, we can do freaking better than that. Right here, you can see I'm not using anybody's actual names in the event that I'm not out here trying to hurt nobody or cause harm or anything towards anybody. So we're going with Kyber Bob. So this is a Kyber employee in the Discord. He says the judging wasn't rushed. There's actually was a lot of time a lot more time than we expected initially because many people published their creations before the deadline. Exactly what I just said. There are definitely things that should be done differently, and that feedback will be provided to Keen in the event they decide to run their own contest. Keen did not run this contest. We are sponsoring this contest, but we are not running it or hosting it. Keen did not have a freaking clue about any of this. I can promise you that they were not involved in any of this. They just handed over the money and said, hey, take this, do this. I don't know if there was a combination of both parties throwing money in the pot. It really doesn't matter where the money came from. It doesn't matter. It says right here in plain text, we're sponsoring the contest, but we're not running it or hosting it. So with that being said, as much as you guys want to take your anger out on Keen, it's not essentially their fault. This was all a big marketing scheme. Now, let me get to the reason of this. Let me get to the reason of why Rubius did what he did. And, you can't hate the guy for this. This is part of the gig, dude. It's part of content creation, especially when you get higher up on the chain and you start getting involved with people and they make you do things you don't even want to do, whether you want to do them or not. But he had the list of everything that was supposed to happen. He had essentially the script of the stream, first hour, cat videos, and then, like spend this much time on this build and this much time on this build, blah, 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 blah. Follow the list. Everything was on servers. All the saves were individually loaded on different servers. So he could go in there real quick, check them out, et cetera, et cetera. Keen has taken a lot of notes. Kyber has taken a lot of notes in the event that this ever happens again, especially this specific collaboration happens again. They know everything they need to do it right. And I forgot I was going to make a list here of things that I think needs to be right, but it's going to be very difficult to host a completely fair, everybody's on the same playing field contest, right? Unless they say well blocks only, city blocks only, bronze blocks only. You've got a 400 area or like a single altar space to build in, nothing below the ground. The sun has to be, directly in the sky. You can only have one NPC in it at a time. Like it really has to be micromanaged, which is why they gave us so much creative freedom here. It's like create the coolest possible thing that you can think of so that we can, use those builds on our social medias to get more people excited about the game. Why do they want to get more people excited about the game? Because they made it, right? They want to get people excited. That's what we're here for. We like the game. We want to help support them in any way we possibly can. So with that being said, Enshrouded was in my chat for that stream. And Allison here asks, can we get some real water blocks? And Enshrouded replies, if we sell 4 million copies, we will do it. So if you want water blocks, I got the proof right there. Another thing right here. We were talking about the ability to name altars. That is another thing that they should definitely put into the game if they ever want to do this again, because it was very hard for Rubius to try and decipher which altar to go to, especially even if you're just using a map, because their map is like extremely cluttered. There's no filters to be able to, untick all the other shit that's on the map because it's very cluttered with a bunch of crap that I don't need to see all the time. It would be very nice, Keen, especially if you're watching, to give us a filter system so we can turn off everything, that we don't want to see on the map. That would also make it a lot easier. But yeah, Rubius had a very hard time trying to figure out where to go. So we came up with the idea of nameable altars. It's just maybe just a really easily overlooked quality of life thing. But either way, guys, that's my spiel. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I watched Jade's video, and knowing that Jade didn't participate in it or whatever, and he was just kind of going off people that reached out to him's opinion, which shout out to Jade. I've got nothing wrong with Jade at all. He's more of a news guy than I am. And I'm not a news guy. This is a venting video. It's essentially what this is. But yeah, man, Enshrouded is a great game and it's only going to get better. And we're the only people that can make it better. Don't let this competition get in the way. I'm gonna take, I got the fourth place prize or whatever. I'm gonna take that and probably get some Amazon gift cards or some Steam gift cards and flip them around and give them away on the stream or something like that. I don't really know. I initially wanted to do a donation to charity, but unfortunately, you don't donate $500 to charity and only, like $80 of it actually goes to the charity. So I don't want to do that, but we'll get some gift cards or something going. But regardless, I digress. My vent is over. My mind has now been cleared, and I can move on from this. I feel better now. You guys should try this too. We'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.